Rick, you look great. Sometimes we do
And
have to think ahead. Rick, happy
yeah,
birthday, man.
thanks. I'm sorry I lied to you. It was 3 days ago. Uh,
Happy, outright, happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody
yeah,
out there. Everyone who reads the Must Converse is the channel. And happy birthday to Rick. Maybe a little belated birthday. Did you really? Was it
it,
3 days
it,
ago? I
yeah,
was
it's May
wondering.
7th, May 17th, because we published the book Cactus Boots on my birthday. And
Nice.
so, because everything was coinciding so well. And is that Idjit?
Idjit's here. Idjit's
Yeah,
here. Novels and
is he?
Crumbs in the house. My boy Conrob's here.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ!
we're gonna have
That's a
some
good crew.
Corona. Yeah, we're gonna
That's a
have some
good
Corona
crew.
Summers crew in the house, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
these are all good people. Although I
Right.
worry about Novels and Crumbs because he's like in Illinois, and I know Illinois. Uh, and I just have to say I'm
Love
glad
you
you're
too,
not
bro.
glad you're not in Wisconsin. Um,
Hey, I feel more for Idjit, man. He's up there in like Canada, right? I mean,
yeah, but they
talk
got
about
rhubarb
cold.
patches there. They got a lot of rhubarb patches, and that he knows how to survive.
Bookshore Ben,
Canadians.
Bookshore Ben,
Canadians.
you are welcome, brother. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming by.
Bookshore
Am I
Ben. Bookshore
Bookshore
Ben
Ben is in
does.
the house.
He
He says,
doesn't
"Am I
buy
good,
Corona.
people?"
He doesn't buy Corona Samizdat books. He won't buy Zach's book.
You don't
Bookshore
buy
Ben.
Corona.
That's true.
Hey,
That's a
man,
true story. I don't know why he's
and
here.
people can choose to buy whatever they do. And you can see,
Yeah, I know, but I mean, he actually told Zach that he doesn't buy Corona Samizdat books because
that
I'm
was
an
the
asshole.
women and men thing, though. That
Yeah,
did that, right?
no, that was the George Salas thing
Sure.
where
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
had dirty knowledge, and then he made a big deal about exposing it about half a year after it was done. Like,
Maybe.
wow,
Okay, I'm
what
gonna
guts!
revise.
What a whistleblower!
Maybe you're
He's a
good.
whistleblower.
He's a whistleblower. Hey,
Ben,
maybe
Ben
he's a
Shore,
rule
the
of
whistleblower. You
Dante
know,
Nathaniel. Happy Friday. Nice to see you, brother. Nick Voro's in the house too. Happy
hey, Nick's a good
birthday,
guy.
Nick.
I like Nick.
Paulie, Hallie to everybody,
I
yo.
like Paulie.
Like, out in
I like
where?
Conrad.
Australia, right?
What was it? I missed one. I can't
Yeah.
because they're really tiny.
But they're ones we've said hey to before. I ain't fitting to read that is in the house. So I mean, we're just seeing people are rolling in now that we've started a little bit.
yeah, I know, but I want to say whether I like him or not.
What's all this ruckus? PG, I ain't fitting to read that. You might have seen him on my channel. We read David Foster
I've seen him
Wallace.
on your channel, so I like him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
The only thing I got to go by is that he's on your channel, and I gotta like that. But if I know somebody's a bullshit, whiny whistleblower like Ben Shore, that I can't tolerate.
Hey, baby's in the house.
It was all moral until he got upset with George, and then he went public with it and used my name. Wouldn't take my name down. I only have your word to go by. Whether or not you're an asshole.
Impossible to like me. I don't know who this is, but it's like a hieroglyphic name.
Impossible to like you. I like you.
I like you already.
I can do the impossible.
Wendy Blake's in the house. Another Instagram friend. Good evening, Wendy.
She's way the hell up in Canada.
Is she right?
She's like Saskatchewan or whatever.
Man, we got it looking good here, Rick. I think this is the best you've looked on video here.
Really? Because of my face or my?
Because you actually have the light shining in your face and that hat. Oh. I mean, that hat really does.
Oh yeah, this is handmade by a Ukrainian woman who's in our movie.
Nice.
She plays what we're calling the Good Witch, but yeah, she helps my character out a lot.
Nice. Clayton Cagle in the house. Hey people. Happy Friday, Clayton.
Hey, Clayton.
Sure. Speaking of the movie, you were trying to share a clip that we wanted to maybe it will come through. Maybe we'll get it here in a bit. But you got clips and everything on the Instagram there to that just tease. They're such teasers, man. What do you want to share about the movie? Because Corona Samazda has been working
I just
on
thought
this
it would
movie.
be a cool way to start the show, but I thought of the idea 3 minutes ago. So, you know,
it's all good. It's all good. How about a little bit about the movie and, like, you know, let's hype that a bit. What do you
well, we changed the name.
Why is Corona Samazda not making a movie?
We changed the name of the movie from The Elevator Principle to Portrait of a Man Drowning.
Nice. It's by this guy, right?
The movie?
Yeah.
No. I was telling, I got this former student who's a friend of mine, and he's a movie fanatic, and he knows everything about cinema and how to do things, and, you know, but he's never made a movie. And he made that advertisement I had, the Herzog and the Kinski, where the one at which I fucked up my Achilles and went through with it like a hero type. And at that day I thought, God damn, he's never going to make a movie unless, you know, somebody tells him what to do. Right. So I came up with an idea. I came up with an idea that would center around an elevator, because then it would be possible to do it. You know, very simple. And then the story had to expand and did expand, and now it's called Portrait of a Man Drowning, but there's a lot of elevator stuff in there. But when I told him about that elevator idea, he brought up that book. He takes care of a guy in a wheelchair whose brother died of the same condition at a younger age, and that was Dmitri Kral, who wrote that book, and was a fairly well-known in Europe. He's had several of his radio plays performed, and that one had been translated into English, and so he said, "Look, if you don't like it, tell me. But if you like it, you know, whatever." And I liked it a lot, and so we published it.
You know, we got elevator fans in the house. I mean, elevator fans are in the house showing up for tonight, man. So
elevators are great. You know, you can go up and down and stuff.
They're hella functional, especially when you get old. Hey, Rick, how old did you turn 3 days ago? It wasn't 100. All this
64.
100 talk.
64.
64. That's almost half. I mean, that's a good bit over half. But I mean, you know, maybe half of 100, right? Right.
Well, you know what?
Let's just say half of 100.
The problem is it's one of the 16s, and I don't know if I'm going to make it to 80, which would be another 16.
I doubt it, Rick. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
My mom is going to turn 92.
You could break a hip right now on the couch.
Yeah. Well, I talked to a doctor today who's going to be in our movie, and you know. The lump on my shoulder, he said that, you know, he can take care of that after we finish the movie. So
who's doing the majority of directing on this thing?
Well, it's two people are doing the majority of everything, me and the director. The director's name is Sasha Muniza.
So it really is a Corona Samazda production.
Yeah, he is our head of cinematography. Awesome. He's head of cinematography. Our production company is called Isosi Productions. That's the independent state of, let's see, that'd be another S. So Slav-Istrian something, I don't know. But anyway, Isosi, because on May 17th last year, a fascist who had been voted out of power in Slovenia, he had set up a fascist holiday on my fucking birthday. So I pulled out of Slovenia, and I live in the free state of Isosi. And so it's Isosi Productions.
Nice. Hey, man, you can do it all with paperwork now, right? The girls are loving it, Rick. My woman Emily is saying a young man, right? And
Yeah,
Wendy there, you don't look a day over 40.
Yeah, neither does she. Neither does she. And you know, Wendy's got to be in her mid-20s by now. She's starting to mature, and
you have young talent. Just like with what you're talking about with the movie, you have young talent with Corona Samizdat, and Zach Tanner is a case in point with that, right? I mean,
how far are you in the book?
I haven't started. I just got my hands on it. It seemed like mine
you
took
your hands
longer
on
than
it
most.
Right now, literally.
Yeah,
I'm on
it
page.
Seems like it took longer than most to get to me.
I'm page on page 349, and it's really something else.
Nice.
It's not what you expect. I don't know what you expect, but it's not. And I'm reading.
I don't even know what to expect. I don't know what to expect at all.
Well,
but craziness.
Well, sort of, but when it's very naturalistic, in the beginning, and even melodramatic, but it's compelling. It's got it gets you caring about people you normally might not care about, like children. I don't like reading about children.
Children, not a fan. We're not. I'm not a fan.
They bore the shit out of me in literature, but I mean, usually they're okay. If they're just around your legs and stuff, they're great. But I'd love your little Zelda.
Hey, look, Zelda's great, and she is hella and supremely entertaining, sir. Let me tell you, Idget Quentin here says Zach Tanner's a great person. I'm excited to read Margie when it's out. Hey, it's out, bro. It's freaking out, right? Idget, quit being an idget and get the book, right?
Now, be fair. He may be thinking when the whole thing's out, and that's what. There are two main things. I'm going to try to write a real review for a change. And I'm going to check in on Ben Shore and to get some lessons on how to review a book.
Drawn out a video style. I think you got that down, Rick.
No, I'm a lousy reviewer.
Rambly.
I'm a lousy reviewer, but I'm going to try to do a good job with this one because there are two main questions to answer. One is this going to be the kind of book that makes me want to read the next part right away?
Sure.
But I can't, so I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a fan of that.
Is it going to have a sort of something that'll satisfy the reader, but not lead him to, get all antsy? You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. See, Quentin's sitting here, getting right on your coattails here. Okay, it's Rick's night. I get it. You know what I mean? But, if I'm a dumbbell, I'm like the Liberty Bell, baby. Let me tell you. Some features of living matter in the neighborhood of the sun. I did do a review for. I think I did pretty good. Hey, Rick, you could Goodreads. I did a review of living matter, some features of living matter. Zach Tanner. I'd love to get your feedback on whether it's even a good review or not. Right?
Is that you or Idget? Are you reading for Idget or are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you that I've done that.
Oh, okay.
I did do a review of that one.
Yeah, I will do that.
Right.
But I don't know. What if I think it's really shit? I mean,
that's fine. Tell me, because I want to write a. I want to write up.
I'm not the kind who would tell anybody else, but except maybe John Dixon. He's in Spain right now.
From the Isle of Man.
He's not in the Isle of Man. He's on the Iberian Peninsula at Benidorm, and that's where the U.S. Navy likes to party. In Spain, when they're not in Spain, they don't go there. But anyway, the thing about your review is Zach told me, I think today, that on Goodreads this is rated unrated. Nobody has rated this book
Nobody's
yet.
read it yet. Nobody's read it all the way through.
Yeah, I know, but you could just give it a 5 and then read it, you know?
Right.
I mean, hey, it's going to be a 5.
If you want to support Corona Stomach's diet, go on there and give them 5s, man, and then read the damn books. All right. Clayton, do I have a Goodreads? I recently started using it. I do have a Goodreads. I rarely use it, but I do follow some of my buddies and stuff like that. And I am giving updates as much as I don't get on there. Rick, do you use it regularly?
No, I hate it. Right. I've been thinking about finding out if any of our people are lawyers.
Any lawyers in the house? I doubt it. Okay, there's not a lawyer type zone here.
Have you seen my latest? I don't know if I did that on. I think I did talk about that on BookTube. One of the reviews of, I think it was Eddie Vegas. I don't look at the reviews, you know. So I haven't looked. It hit me that I should look at that review. I was looking up some other book, and I thought, hey, I wonder about my book. And I looked up Manifold Destiny, and an old enemy turned up under the name Boris. And
nice. Just going around
and he
bashing all your shit.
No, he accused me and used names. He said that in front of his wife, I beat my son Arjun.
Holy Jesus.
And that I later assaulted him, which is true. I did knock him down.
Guys.
Yeah, I knocked down the guy, but I never hit my son. And I know that because, you know, I would remember something like that. And also because Arjun said it never happened. So, but Goodreads has this policy. You can say whatever you want about anybody, and then and put no comments. You know, you can disallow comments. So this guy has said something libelous about me, and I can't respond. And Goodreads, you know, apparently they don't look at what they put up, because, you know, I mean, I could say, you know, Noah Clemens, you know, fucks neighbor babies. And I know you don't. I mean, I know you don't. But I could say that on Goodreads. Really, I could, because that's basically what he did. He, you know, then he went after the book, you know. But, you know, and he talked about my behavior towards writers, and, you know, in the real world, I have a pretty good reputation for being good to writers. But
you're great, Rick. You're great. But it's just like you're so outspoken, and you do antagonize enough, I think, that you draw these people out. You know what I mean? And you really make them.
This one
thirsty, really thirsty.
This is a really crazy guy, though. I mean,
of course, that's who you draw out. That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, I don't mean Ben Shore. Ben Shore's not crazy. Ben Shore, he's just unethical. He's unethical and conceited. But this other guy is Steve Carlson, and he's crazy. And I mean, I've known the guy for 35 years or so.
And see, there's no need to name drop.
Well, you know, it doesn't matter. He attacked me a lot on BookTube, but then he erased everything he wrote. But I told his whole story. You can look it up. One of the older ones from about a year ago, when he was going around attacking me everywhere. But then I saw that this one on Goodreads, you know, that's libelous. I mean, you know, to say that I hit my son Arjun, and that is my son's name. So, you know, that's not good stuff. So if any lawyers are out there, let me know if we can sue those fuckers and make some money that'll spread around the community.
Hey, it's out there now. Hey, Rick. So when it comes down to it, what are you working on? Yeah, it's all good. It's out. It's out there now. Have you? What are you working on?
It's not funny though, because it's not funny. I mean, if somebody said you fuck neighbor babies, that would not be funny.
It's not.
But
I'd like to, you know, get funny if you want.
You want to give, and not in that way. Okay, I understand. Hey, you're holding
That way
my
as
book
well.
up.
I mean, I'm not taking that way off the table anyway. Right? I'm just saying.
I'm not going to continue this because I don't want to make a mistake and have anybody think the wrong thing about.
Will be made. Mistakes will be made.
That kind of mistake I don't want to make.
My boy. Okay, Rick, what are you working on right now? I haven't heard about you writing. I mean, the press is so prolific. You got just books. Too much.
I'm writing a book called The Odious Sea.
Nice. How come? What's inspired it? What's inspired it? What are you getting?
I had a novel all laid out. I even had a giant piece of paper, and each chapter was going to be a novel length chapter, and they were going to be the labors of Hercules brought up to date. And you know, so I don't remember how to pronounce everything, but like the fourth labor was called the Eurythian or Eurythian whatever boar, B-O-A-R, and I changed it to the Everyman Boar. And so my main character, who's got dementia, which is strategic because I don't know how long it's going to take to write this, and my
it's autofic. So it's autofic.
Well, in that sense, because by the time I get to the end, I don't know where my level of dementia will be, and so it'll
or how many labors you may have gone through at that point.
Well, no, it's 12 labors. You know, I'm going to stick with 12, but they're all plays on words, and so the Everyman Boar, it takes place. It's my Isola novel, and it takes place here. So the Everyman Boar, I've decided to use one of those characters you have to say doesn't exist at the beginning of a book, and just going to be a fat, boring Republican that I know.
You were writing the some front matter to this before, and also
but that was passion.
And I have a beautiful thing right here that is passion as well. I'm sure something that you love, and I'd love to share it with the community just on your birthday here. This is where Rick Harsh started off, right? This is the the hardcover first edition of The Driftless Zone by Rick Harsh. Rick, you recognize that guy? Look at the hat. Look at the hat, dude.
This hat is a replica of that hat. The woman who made this hat, I gave her that hat, which is, got holes in it and sewed parts and all that. And that was, this is a replica of that hat.
By this book right here, it says you live in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right. Wisconsin. We don't say Wisconsin. You can't even mispronounce anything properly. It's unbelievable.
What are you talking about, Rick?
Nothing.
This is the
show the six pack again. Show that six pack. Show the photo again.
I found this in a used bookstore. I found this in a used bookstore while I was waiting for the Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas to come in the mail. I found this in the used bookstore. I was like, Rick Harsh? That's Rick Harsh.
That six pack actually had beer in it.
Nice.
That was the they have old style beer, and if you want to know why it tastes so bad, it's because it's out in the sun. But the water, the brew, they do a krausening process, pure brewed, double brewed with water that some say comes all the way from Canada. So that might even have idiot piss in it. Except they closed it down.
Just in case y'all might think that I didn't come fully cocked tonight. I don't have just the first edition of the first book that Rick pushed out, but the first edition of the second book.
Right? With the eyeball. Yeah.
Billy Verte.
Yeah.
This is 2/3 of the Driftless trilogy.
That's got the absolute best thank you to an organization in the back. That's in Grotto, Italy. That photo.
Very Tom Waits ish.
He was there. He was there. Yeah.
Fuck, Rick. Happy birthday, man. I love you. Jesus Christ. I love Tom Waits. Fucking love Tom Waits.
Now look at the thank you, the gratitude I show.
Acknowledgements.
Yeah.
I received what was called a Michener Copernicus Award for this novel. 12 grand in a small unmarked bills delivered in 12 monthly payments to prevent me from investing unwisely. And I'm thankful to the Michener Foundation and the University of Iowa, especially now as I write, because I have another 6 months of this literary swag coming. However, it is generally the case with awards. This came long after the book was finished and did nothing to lift me from the circumstance of wretched dependence I was in while writing it. It seems more important, therefore, to thank, with the help of an exhaustive list, those who provided me aid when I needed it. Nice.
Yeah, the head of the Iowa Writers Workshop called me and wanted me to give the money back.
Just so everybody knows, what is then listed afterwards is 4 sections: financial aid, food and drink, clothing, and advice. 3 out of 4 of which are essentials, not wants.
Yeah, the advice was just advice was just people I wanted to put their name in the book. The rest was especially the finances were diligently noted. I mean,
even down to the $2 or $3. So
yeah,
meticulous.
Yeah. Well, you know, I had a pass the hat event, and a literary professor was at it, and somebody told me that he just passed it real quick, didn't put nothing in. And one guy, Steve Harden, is in there. $10 the guy gave me, and he was, you know, broke. The guy was always broke, but just a generous human being who recited,
you know,
recited a famous poem to me one time. And I wrote it down by one of them Ireland guys, Yeats or somebody.
Nice, right?
Yeah. And the widening gyre guy. Yeah. Higher and higher in the widening gyre. The falcon and the falconer. You know, that guy, WB Yeast.
Yeast.
WB yeast infection. Yeah.
Dude, I saw I don't know what kind of edition it was. I hesitate to say something like a first edition. A first edition would be something like 200 years old or something. But a guy in a bookstore not a few months back that showed me a Yeats collection that he paid top dollar for, and I was just like, what? Like, you know, just you gotta really love.
I thought you were saying the guy was the first edition of the guy.
It was the only edition of the guy. I would have paid everything in my wallet for that.
I thought you were talking about the person, not the Yeats book. The first edition. I met this guy who was a first edition, and yeah, I'm sorry.
He was the first edition and only edition of him.
The Braves are winning tonight so far.
And see, Rick is a lover of baseball, right? Baseball.
Yeah, and I like
another Corona Samizdat book that is like a labor of love for Rick. He loves to show it and would love it if I would read it, but I'm not a baseball guy really. I did watch the Braves a bit when I was younger, but you know, I'm just not a big baseball guy. But it's so highly acclaimed and gets great reviews from people who've read it, and you're obviously very proud of it. And walk like a duck.
I just love it.
You guys check it out. If you're baseball folk, this is something from Corona Samizdat. You know, you might not see it, right? Because Rick is putting out, you know, no less than 30 books a year, right? It's insane, Rick. What are you doing? Not good. I mean, slow down. You got so much stuff, and this is one that kind of falls through the cracks because it's something that came out very early or whatever. But do you want to say a little something about it? Turn people onto it if you want.
Well, all I want to say is that, you know, I don't know how many people. Some people who don't know baseball have read it and liked it, but all I want to say is I had a great time writing that book, and it was really fortuitous because it was my son's last great year in baseball.
Your son, Arjun.
Arjun, the one that I did not hit.
I've heard of him. You know what? I would like to say something about Arjun. I don't know if the followers or anybody are aware of this, and I'm sure you're not, Rick, because I haven't told you yet, right?
You're still playing chess with him.
I play chess with Arjun.
He's 2 games ahead of you.
We have games going.
He's 2 games ahead of you, last I heard.
2 games ahead, like as far as what? Beating me?
Yeah, total win-loss.
I wouldn't doubt it. We're really, really closely matched, this boy and me. We're really closely matched. I have 63 wins against your boy, right?
Yeah.
You want to take a guess to his wins over me right now?
65.
75.
75.
75.
Oh.
Okay.
He was being modest because I asked him just the other day.
He was being modest then because he's beat me 10 times more than I've over 10 times more than I've beat him, right? But the last like 2 weeks, I have handed him his ass on more games just over and over. And I think that when it comes down to it, he's just playing too much bullet. You can tell him I said so. Quit playing the fast games. You got to get a little bit more positional, because I think that now I see where, I mean, I'm just undermining his stuff every time. Little chess aside.
Yeah, well, you know, he told me his rating, and I think the quicker the game, the higher the rating.
No, he's telling you his bullet rating. Yeah. And he's gotten really good at bullet, right? But that's all tactics. It's all tactics, right? So he's getting good at trapping people in these 1 and 2 move traps.
Yeah.
And that's fine for playing a 1-minute game, but you're playing me 3 days per move. I can make a move whenever I want. You ain't going to catch me in a 1 or 2 move trap. And he's getting too reliant on them to where by the time he doesn't have any more traps to pull, I've already got a superior position.
Well, I will take him to northern Wisconsin and beat him in front of that guy. And then all the world will be right, because then nobody will have said anything libelous about me, and he'll improve his chess. And you know, so I'll tell him that. I'll tell him that.
Hey, you know, it's just a little chess aside for tonight. I know you like chess, Rick. It's fun
I'm glad we quit playing, because, you know, the last few times we played, you didn't. And so I beat you. And then but there were like 3 in a row before that where I actually beat you. And I was starting to get nervous because you know, usually when I play, I know I'm going to lose. And when I start doing better against you, I have to think too hard. And
Novels and crumbs. You're 1700, bro. We got numbers exchanged. Do you play on chess.com? If chess.com, that's the app that I use too. And I love to play. And if I can play somebody like straight up better, or just has a great perspective of the board, that's what I'm looking for. So hit me up. We'll play unrated. We'll play unrated games.
But how does he find you?
He can hit me on chess.com if he
he
plays on lead chess. Well, me and him have already exchanged numbers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So he's on lead chess. I have a lead chess account. I think I signed out of it. I can sign back in. I'll play on lead chess just to learn, you know? I love it. All right, so what do you Rick, You read, Rick?
Yes, sir.
Corona Sama's Dot has been amazing, and we haven't touched on at all yet that Cactus Boots hit 900 this week, right?
Yeah,
900 copies sold.
A man in Mumbai bought the 900th copy, and he bought this version, which I like for the smoky effect.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And
it looks cool in the monochrome.
The printer has seen both, because I sent him that first one early on to show him what our size was. Right. And he printed this, and he said he much prefers this one to the green.
Good.
And so I'll someday I'll show him the gold. And
cool.
So yeah, that's the latest, because we ran out. And
that's to celebrate. You did it, or the Cactus Boys put it together, or I don't know whose idea it was, but you did it because it was 2 years of Cactus Boots, right?
Yeah, it's the anniversary issue. And last year we did the really magnificent gold, but that was €5 more expensive. So I thought, well, you know, I don't know who's going to be buying this one. I don't buy multiple copies of books. So, but I just for humanity's sake, I dropped it a couple of euros. So it's 18 euros now. But then let's talk about what's going on. And Noah's problem is that I publish things like this and this book here, which
I want it. That's my next purchase. I haven't got that yet.
Yeah, the story Easter here is one of the best ever written, and the others are terrific as well. Classic
Vardaman. Vardaman is terrific. One of the greatest authors that I've been turned on to having this channel.
Wait till you see Easter. Read Easter. It's
April is the cruelest month. That's probably my favorite thing that I've read of Vardaman so far.
I like that, because I think.
Love that.
If I had to choose just one, that might be it.
Nice.
And before this, after this, Kjornholm, the first story, is really good. And the rest are classic Vardaman, except Easter is just Vardaman exceeding himself.
Yes, man. I mean, and Vardaman is so damn good. You got April is the cruelest month, and suddenly this summer in the flip book. But Angel of Sodom, that's a great short story collection. And then Letters of Things from Hell. I got all three back here. We're not focusing on, I'm not going to pull them out just because we're focusing on Rick tonight. Yeah. But Vardaman is a badass. And suddenly this summer, April is the cruelest month is just so damn good that. And Angel of Sodom was great. Last story, there's so many great stories in Vardaman that stick with you. Stories that Vardaman does. And when you put that out, man, I was.
You remember Stromboli?
Yes.
That just have to think about it, and it cracks me up. Now what we've got this year.
Look. Wait.
I'm gonna go back. This is Ben Lieberman.
Vardaman, and then I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's a new one.
Well, it's not that. It actually came out before Vardaman and Arlt, but it doesn't have his name on the cover. I don't know why. I mean,
oh no.
I think he designed the cover. And Zach just went along with what was there. And, I love the cover. And I always think there's too much on covers, or usually do. I mean, never mind how busy this cover is. There's a reason.
I love it, Rick. It totally fits the book.
Never mind this one. There's a purpose. There's a real serious reason that everything's on this cover. But this one, this is a guy from Piran, just down the coast, This is one of his works of art, and
Nice.
I
I love it. It is a perfect choice, Rick.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man. It's really unbelievable. So I'm getting next. I'm getting Vardaman's new collection that you got out, and Mark Nash's book.
Yeah, Mark Nash is doing really well.
Show me it. And is it YouTube community?
Funny because tell me what the title is just from looking at it.
3 songs in the key of C.
No.
I don't know.
It's
the author in triplicate. What is it?
Yeah, Death of the Author, and in parentheses in triplicate.
Death of the Author in triplicate.
Yeah, and it's just written really tiny on the front. I just love that. It's our first pastel. The world is going banal pastel, but this is brilliant pastel. This guy's smart, and it's a smart book. And
Mark Nash is smart, and Mark Nash is a badass dude. Like, he's really, really cool.
Yeah,
I've known him for years. I know him when I first started my channel.
Really? Did you know that he has a bevy of midget readers?
I didn't know. You're already a fan of the midgets, man. Manifold Destiny, baby.
You can see from Manifold Destiny that I support the little people.
Right.
Well, so does Mark Nash, because he reviews 6 books a week, and he's not reading 6 books a week. So he's hiring the little people, and they write little reports to him, and and then he just reads their reports. He memorizes them. He's that smart. He memorizes them. And he does these great
writer, Mark Nash, the writer with a great memory.
Yeah,
remember that.
And when you can always tell, if you really watch closely, you can tell which of the 5 or 6 books he reviews that he actually read. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Sometimes
he's got it down. He's got it figured out.
He's over his enthusiasm is sometimes. It shows that that's the one he read. But what the fuck is wrong with this universe that somebody like Gary?
I don't know where to start, Rick. What is wrong with this universe?
Well, let me finish my sentence. That's where you start.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just trying to.
Go sit in the rhubarb patch with the idiot.
Wait, hold up.
This is Gary Amdahl, an established great writer. Mark Nash, an established great writer. What are they doing coming to
I don't know, Rick. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, it's like really early in the morning where they're at.
Lee Thompson. W.D. Clark, Jeff Percy. What are
Canadians?
All these people doing coming to some pissant press in Slovenia? I don't know. I think I said this somewhere the other day, but there should be or maybe I wrote it somewhere, but there should be a Toronto press
an annex, a dispatch of Corona.
There should be a quality Toronto press that publishes all these people. These Canadians,
right?
And the honorary Canadians, Mark Nash and Gary Amdahl.
I don't know. Maybe they ain't kissing the right asses, Rick.
No,
what?
No. The presses are fucked. And Tim Conley, our newest Canadian.
Yes.
Someday we will look back on this and laugh. Have you read any of these?
I have not.
I'm open
to the
one. Is unique. I mean, this guy.
That's the one. That's what Quentin had told me about this guy. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna get you. I know how Kuroma-sama does, but let's let everybody know before we're done. Corona Samizdat really sells books based on the packaging, right? So it depends on how much you're willing to pay for packaging. And then he will stuff as many books inside as you can have, right?
Well,
so
that's not literally true.
Is that not literal? I think it's literally true.
I had to tear this book out of the package because I've got a scale now, a little kitchen scale.
Yeah, but what I mean by a package, I mean the weight, Rick.
What?
I mean the weight, though, Rick. When I'm saying a package,
I know, but,
it's all by weight.
I shoved this in, and it was just a little too much, and I had to tear it out.
Well, and we've all been there.
Really? Shoving it in, shoving it in, just tearing it out,
and it just being a little too much.
You'll find as you get older that it comes out a lot easier as you age.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Well, unless you're in prison.
Hey, when it comes to gems of wisdom from the
this is a gentle, beautiful book by a delicate writer, and I guess writers like that. There's a classic sense to him and sensibility, and in his book that Idjit really likes is Fatland, and I also like it, but this is more typical of Deben Roy, and there's he's one of the funniest email writers I know. And every email he sends cracks me up.
Nice.
But he doesn't let that side of him out often enough in his novels. So Fatland, he does to a degree. I'd like him to carry it further, but I somehow you got to let a writer do what they want to do.
Got to let them do what they want. Just like Corona Samizdat is a press ran by a writer primarily. That's what it comes down to. And so we have just great writing. So I'm going to get I'm on my next order, Rick, and I'm trying to figure it out right now. Okay. I want Vardaman's new. I want Mark Nash's new. And then you suggest Deben Roy there as, on the top for what I need.
I insist.
I think it sounds great to me.
The thing is, you got to, someone like you who's bought so many of my books, you got to tell me what you don't have, I
got you. I'm just gonna I'll send you pictures when we're done of like everything that I have because it's out here.
Well, no, let me do the work and figure out what you don't have.
Yes, Rick. No. Look, there's only like it's like everything that you've published in the last 6 months, except the Gold Rado, the Flamethrowers, just what I got on my last order.
Well,
right? Because you're just putting out too much stuff, man. You got too much stuff, baby.
Well, what's coming is a book by another new writer, Brendan Matthews, or Matthew, I can't remember now. But I think he's from the U.S., but he's in Edinburgh. And he wrote a book called Solarium. And Philip Friedenberg has been reading that. And I believe he thinks highly of it. And then we've got 2 more Colombian books in Spanish for July. But we've also got, I don't know if everybody saw this, but I'm running a contest. The best comic satiric noir book that I get will be published.
Nice. And I did see that. You gotta say more about it, on your Instagram and stuff. And
that's all there is to say.
You gotta do it more.
We're going to be having a line of smaller pocketbooks, even smaller, and it's going to be Corona Samizdat Noir. And the first one is going to be the winner of the contest. The second one is going to be a flip book by Stephen Hayes. Takes place in Hamilton, Ontario. he made films of his 2 books. And right now I'm editing his second one. I'm on page 1 and I've been there for 2 months. But that's okay. He's a patient man. And you know, had a bicycling incident. Some would call it an accident. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not. You never know.
Right. You never know.
Is a tormented thing.
No matter what people say.
Oh, I have to say about the Amdahl, Gary Amdahl's book. We are bringing it out in pocket form with reformed, not just revised, but reformed typography, because there were some fundamental blunders, and so, you know, I've read half of this in 2 sittings. I read half of it. It goes
nice,
so well, it reads so beautifully. But I was reading other things, and so I couldn't keep going. And they don't bother me. The problems don't bother me, like words that run together and lots of dashes. But I just thought, you know, we need to. It was just a little too many mistakes. I don't mind some mistakes, and I don't proof the books. I tell writers, you know, you're on your own when it comes to
you. I mean, look, man, you're always willing to publish the first time author, and you've just hit it right so many times. Corona Samizdat is really doing great work, and I can't wait to read the Rado letters. When you even shared some of that on your Instagram, it was hilarious.
Put your hand in your pants and start reading. It'll work. It'll keep going. You know,
you're not going to stop reading until you really get there. I mean,
when you get to the Gamzigrad orgy, Jesus, some great stuff there. But there's coming out is this year maybe the Erotonomicon by Vesna Radic, and also Luke Dellin, Neme Stoned. It will be coming out. And I'm having a hard time with Luke Dellin because I cannot express why I like his writing so much. I mean, it's you know, I'm not a sentimental person, Noah, but his page by page he charms me, and he does things. You know, he makes moves in his books. You know, he's constantly inventing a style or whatever. I mean, you know, he's a very free writer. He's a natural and he's free. Nice. You know, and so I would, you know, say that you know, and you know, another thing about him is when I took that book, he had another book with a great title, and he wouldn't give it to me because he just decided it wasn't good enough. And, you know, okay, if he decides it's not good enough, then fine. But so if he thinks it's good enough, I trust him now, you know? So,
right.
We'll
so look, he wants to, somebody's asking, I guess, what about that contest again? Go ahead and give it to him again.
Again?
The contest that you're talking about. Yeah.
We're going to be publishing a line of noir books, and right now the contest is the best. I'm asking for 10 pages. I don't want to read a shitload of stuff. Anybody who writes 10 pages that makes me laugh and doesn't have some crap in it, you know, I'd like to, you know, see how it goes from there and publish it. And so far I've gotten one submission that it is, you know, the guy would have to really fuck it up to not win the contest. But, you know, it's not the kind of thing where there's only one winner. You know, I'm hoping to get like 5 great satirical noir books out of it. And that's like an ode to Rick Harsh, because my first 3 books are satirical noir, and the Driftless trilogy. And so I like it. The Hamilton noir is not satirical, but I think it's good classic noir. It has noir flavor, and it's in Hamilton. Who knows where Hamilton is? Hamilton, Ontario? I mean, that's got to be something like.
I bet Wendy knows. They know where it is. So you're looking to publish these 4 or 5.
They're too far away. They're too far away.
Are you looking to publish these 4 or 5 noirs that you get? Or you're looking to publish them together, all in one?
No. I mean, we're going to do the flip book, Hamilton Noir. That they're nice. And then one at a time we bring out, and they're going to be our baby books. Because they're 9 centimeters by 14, and instead of something like 10 by 14.8. Nice. So I mean, you know how small these are. And just imagine a book. I
mean, look, this is a regular size book. Billy Verite, Rick Harsh. This is a regular size kind of hardback book. This is the pocket book. There's your
and so it's going to be even smaller. And because I when I went to the printer for the first time to pick up, I don't know if you've seen this, maybe Idget. Have you seen it? When I went to pick this up, beautifully done. The guy did great with the colors.
It's great. It is very cool.
Zach's son Marcel did the brain on back, the leakage, which is a great thing. And anyway, when I went there, I saw this small book. I said, "You make them that size?" And I said, "Yeah." And he just was kind of making it clear to me, they're not cheaper though. They're not cheaper.
Right.
I don't care.
I'm still going to charge you.
I want it smaller. I don't care if it's cheaper. If it's the same price as this, then I'll go for it. And so I was thinking of making the 2 Colombian books in that size, but I think I'm going to make it easier. And Solarium will be pocket. The 2 Colombian, same 2 writers, Roberto Segroff and Adolfo Villafuerte. We've sold 5 or so of each of those.
Hell yeah.
So I'm expecting big things. But we do have a translation in the works of the thin one, Entre Lunas by Adolfo Villafuerte, will be English sooner or later. I'm on my own here. Hi, everybody. My guest is Noah Clemens from Atlanta, Georgia, home of the Braves, and Ronald Acuna. Oh, there you are. Welcome to the show, Noah. Did you tell the audience what's
back
behind your left shoulder?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Can you tell them what's behind your right shoulder?
Gold? Is it gold cactus boots over here?
No, the big thing there. The big thing.
My bookshelf?
No, I think it's just look over your left shoulder. Yeah, what's that there?
The poster?
Yeah. Is that a poster? And why didn't I get one?
This is a very exclusive. Did you not get one?
No, I covet it. I don't know where I put it, but I covet it. And
I put it right behind me in all my lives. That's why where I put it.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't have a. You should see the offices of Corona Samizdat.
I can only imagine, Rick.
The number of unopened boxes is increasing, and I'm pretty much boxed in. My wife visits me back there sometimes, but like good night kiss or something, but that's it. The dog is at my feet though, and right now there he is. There's Suleiman right now. He likes to hang out nearby me. And,
I think you need to get on. I think you need to get on the Cactus Boys for a copy of this. Actually, Rick.
I don't know. They didn't show up tonight, did they?
They didn't. Hey, it was very late.
Something to do with their lives. I don't know.
Look, there's Philip. He's here.
He's here.
Right
what's he been doing? That's Philip Friedenberg. I can, even though it's really small,
He says
the general.
he's got you.
He doesn't have the tree. He doesn't have the tree over his face.
Philip, we love you, bro.
Philip Friedenberg.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Oh,
now don't show him that one. Show him the new one. I haven't seen it yet.
Please, what you got? Show the new one.
I gotta send him. I still haven't sent it. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm always bad at sending the authors their books. I sent Phil by way of sending to Jeff a video of my daughter finding the cacti in each of the drawings.
Nice.
She was finding them like in a second. You know, I turn the page and she points right to it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, it's been something around the house lately. My son was doing it for my birthday. My son gave me a Walton-esque drawing with a cactus hidden in it.
Nice.
You know, and the number 64. I immediately thought it was the 64 was a type of cactus.
Yeah, there's a code there somewhere.
No, I thought it was actually a cactus in the shape of 64.
Nice. Right.
And he said no. And I did find the cactus eventually. Or the director did. He was looking for it. But my daughter just got home from Ljubljana tonight, and once she found out what they're supposed to look like, it's just like an automatic thing. You know, it's wizardry. I mean, I thought she was Dustin Hoffman for a second there. It was unbelievable. Phil, you missed, were you here earlier, or did you just get here, or what? No, you can tell me.
Dude, can't wait to. I mean, I'm gonna put it up on the screen if he talks, man. And can't wait to see what the Cactus Boots boys have in store for us. What is it? The Museum of General Ideas.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
even
calling.
a bigger, bluer brick than the.
Well, we'll have to talk to my printer about it. I think he thinks that a bended circuity is about as big as he can get. So nice. We'll have to discuss how we manage that. But I want to know, Phil, were you lurking at the beginning?
I doubt it, Rick.
Well, tell him about Ben Shore. Tell him Ben Shore
is hanging out. He's hanging out now. He's gonna.
Phil, right. Ben Shore had the ineptitude to show up. You know, that ethical whiz. That guy who had the ball.
I thought, you know what? It says, I just recall asking you, Rick, if right? I thought he just wrote, I just recall asking you, Rick Filet. Instead of
they call me L.A. Rick, or Freeway Ricky.
L.A. Rick, baby.
A lot of people call me Freeway Ricky Ross. But what is he saying there? Can you read that to me?
Yeah, asking you if he had permission to put you as a character in his book, and B, would you publish it? You said yes and yes, and now here we are, over 900 copies later.
Well, I don't think I don't think he asked me. I mean, I wouldn't have required.
He asked you for enough to get his foot in the door, I guess.
I don't know if he even asked. He tells people that he asked me if I would publish it, but I mean, that was just a given. You know, he wouldn't have had to ask that, but he certainly didn't ask permission to put me in the book. That also was a given. You know,
especially not in the way in which he has you in the book.
Nobody can
intellectual excavation, right?
I've got nothing to fear, you know, because the way I go after myself in Olaf and in Arjuna and the Good Snake, nobody can do worse to me than that. Certainly not Ben Shore. Hey, if you read, you said you did a review of. No, I think you'll find in Rado letters there might be a reference to the evil twins, George and Ben, in the Rado letters. I think Vesna knows that whole story, and I think she put in. You'll find it. You'll find it. It's all the more reason to get your hand in your pants and do some reading.
You know, the Vanessa Radic is a pleasure to read.
Vesna Radic. You can tell because the S comes before the N.
This is, I mean, she's a pleasure to read. Tendrolopolis was so damn fun, and it's a weekend read. Same thing with here, maybe one day even.
If you get hyped, I mean, but the Gamzigrad gangbang.
We don't have a lot of pictures from Zach in this one over here.
Well, you know, Zach sometimes he gets in these periods where all he can draw is a cock, and
right,
you know, and then he's got the self-discipline to stop himself from publishing them. You know,
this gold paper, baby.
Yeah, doesn't that book feel great?
It does.
And it's very classy looking.
Did you do a gold Vardaman?
I did.
Do you have any copies of that? What do you got?
Yeah, I have. It's a present for David Vardaman.
Which one is it? Gold Vardaman.
The first one.
Angel of Sodom. Do you have copies of that?
It's fatter. Yeah, I have some copies left.
I want a copy of that.
Well, okay, that'll be free.
Because that's hella good. Give me a gold copy of Angel of Sodom, baby. I love that book.
Okay.
So, and I'll definitely get Vardaman's new one. Look, we're after an hour, Rick. Let's wrap it up. I just want to say happy birthday.
Atlanta, what is the correctional facility closest to you?
I don't know, Fulton County Prison.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's where the slogan Sodom is golden came from there. Right?
Give me some golden Angel of Sodom, baby.
Okay.
I want some golden Angel of Sodom.
Hey, here's Noah.
What's up, buddy?
Come here a second.
Yes.
We were talking about Noah, you want to tell him to his face about Chuck.
What's up, Arjun? Nice playing with you, brother.
Same here.
I was saying earlier that I told Rick I don't talk to Rick about us playing because, you know, it's just not right, right? We playing. Yeah. So I don't talk about our style. Yeah, but I did say today. I'll tell him. Okay, I did say today that I think that lately I got you figured out because I think you're into playing too many bullet games. And you're into catching people in these 1 to 2 minute or 1 to 2 move traps. And that is a tactical thing, and you're getting really good at tactics. But when we play 3-day games, by the time you run out of tactics and tricks, I already got a better position.
I mean, yeah, that's how it's been lately.
Yeah, but
we've had some good week or 2 weeks.
He's still 12 games ahead of you. So,
he is. He is.
I guess what I gotta ask you, Noah, is what's the point? You know, you're gonna win a few games, and then he's gonna improve. You're too old to improve, and he's gonna wipe you out another 20 games.
Rick, I have improved time and time again, and I tell you, if you keep playing, I
beat you the last 6 games we played. 3 because you quit. And 3 because I actually beat you.
If you keep playing, you're going to keep getting better. Everybody is going to it's just something where your perspective just changes after a critical mass of playing.
I was teaching David Vardaman to play, and he stopped at one point. He went on for a long time. You know, we were playing constantly, and he stopped after a while, and I thought maybe it'd be polite to just not mention it. You know, he probably just forgot, and you know, a game ended, and you know, that was it. Phil Friedenberg, he doesn't even know how to play chess. What does he say there?
Philip says the replica Panama Canal in Rick's Heart's cortex. I've never left.
Well, neither have I, Phil. You and I share this problem. We're in the same swamp, baby. But I read something today from that book I hadn't read for a long time, and the Rick Harsh homunculus nod through Jeff Walton's other leg. I don't know what page it's on, but when you haven't read the book for 2 years, and then you read that your homunculus chewed through Jeff Walton's leg, you think, I've done something in this life. I have accomplished something.
Right. It's all not for nothing.
That guy's got he's big boned, and his legs are muscular. Yeah, that's me when I'm ready to gnaw.
In your perfected form.
Yeah, and he's really got the tits down too.
DFW headband. The freaking look at the damn beard on that homunculus, baby. Look at the beard on that baby.
Don't call it a DFW headband. Plenty of people wear headbands and bandanas, and I usually do in the summer. I don't want to besmirch the reputation of a great writer by copying him. I am a good
hey, look. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Rick. All right, we'll see you later, guys.
That's the sincerest form of cliche. And when you see Vanessa Radic, you tell her that we love her namesake. Okay?
We love Vanessa Radic.
We love her namesake, Vanessa Radic. Her namesake is Vesna Radic, who writes for us. You tell Vanessa, that she doesn't charge enough. All right?
You don't charge enough, girl. Awesome writing. We love it. Rick, happy birthday.
Is anybody left? Is there anybody around anymore? Did we drive them all away?
There's like 9 people hanging out, Rick.
I'll bet you Ben Shore has 30 people on his show right this second.
My mother says that she wore headbands in the 80s, Rick. What do you think about that?
I think she gave up too soon. I think she'd look great. She's got a coolest name too.
There you go. All right. We love Corona Samizdat. Thank you for killing some time with me tonight, Rick. I love you.
Yeah, thank you for killing my time.
All that. Rick stayed up late to hang with us tonight. So this is really another gift from Corona Samizdat to the community. And I mean, man, it keeps on giving. I can't wait to see the movie. I can't wait to make another order.
About the free books, because it's a lot more convenient for me if people order and say, if I get any free ones, I'd like these. Otherwise, I either have to shove something in there they might not want, or I have to contact them, an extra step. So it's always nice if they tell me, hey, if I get free ones, I'll take these. So
look at how many books you have to choose from, people. This is how many books you have. I mean, this isn't even the whole catalog. It's freaking insane. I love you, Rick.
There's
See you later.
Yeah, love you, Noah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.